As downtown Belgrade comes under attack, the refugee situation worsens. We'll have the latest on the crisis in Kosovo.
And I'm Ana Garcia. I'm here live on the east side, and coming up, I'll tell you why these residents want this apartment building torn down.
And their fight for custody isn't over yet, but an area couple has the new hope to go on this morning. We'll bring you the latest on baby Justin. News Channel 5 at noon starts right now.
Live from the News Channel 5 studios, this is News Channel 5 at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday afternoon. I'm Roosevelt Lofwich. Let's take a quick look at how our holiday weekend is going to shape up weather-wise. Forecaster Susan Davies is here, and 72 degrees.
Oh, awesome.
It's perfect.
Mostly sunny in Cleveland. Step outside soon after the noon show and enjoy the sunshine because it's not going to last, Rosie. Rain in the forecast. 72, mostly sunny, but if you look well to the west, clouds moving in, and it looks like we're going to have a rainy night and rainy Easter Sunday. I'll have details coming up.
But enjoy the perfect temperature now.
It's great.
All right. Thanks, Susan. Well, the war in Yugoslavia is about to take another turn. NATO is ordering its commander in charge of military operations to prepare for an urgent mission. Tony Gaskins joins us now from our newsroom with the latest. Tony, are ground troops a part of this new mission?
Well, Rosie, that's a question military commanders are not answering just yet, and there's no word on when this new mission will be launched. In the meantime, NATO is ordering thousands of ground troops to Albania. 6,000 Italian soldiers will be there or sent there to protect humanitarian efforts underway to help ethnic Albanians fleeing Kosovo. And NATO is considering ways now to airlift needed medical supplies and humanitarian provisions to Albania and Macedonia. Now, Macedonia says it can no longer accept massive numbers of Kosovo refugees. 50,000 more are waiting to join the 120,000 already in both countries. As for the use of ground troops, Britain's Prime Minister Tony Blair says he believes NATO's goals can be met without them.
Yes, I do, because the effect of our campaign now is to target the whole area of the Serb war machine. And last night's raids were highly successful in that respect. They will carry on. They will intensify. We will carry on doing the damage that is necessary to get him to stop.
Now, in the midst of all this warfare, Rosie, of course, are those 3 captured American soldiers. There's no word yet on when or if they will be put on trial by the Yugoslavian government.
Okay, thanks a lot, Tony. Tony Gaskins reporting from our newsroom this afternoon. Officials in Macedonia say this morning they can't handle any more refugees from Kosovo. Macedonia estimates that 65,000 people have poured across their border, and another 50,000 are asking for permission to enter. President Clinton is urging Americans to help the refugees. He says it's important that the refugees know that they haven't been forgotten. Now, if you would like to help, you may call the Red Cross Disaster Relief Line at 1-800-HELP-NOW. Closer to home this afternoon, an area councilman is calling for the demolition of an apartment complex and has organized a rally to tell federal authorities to tear it down. News Channel 5's Ana Garcia is there and has the latest on their efforts. Good afternoon, Ana.
Good afternoon, Rosie. At issue is this apartment complex right behind me. It's been plagued with crime for many, many years, and HUD says now that they want to get a new owner to clean it up, but the people that live around here say they want it torn down.
This is the worst crime-ridden spot in Euclid Park. Now, you can go all the way to Columbus. All you have to mention is Cliffview. Automatically, they know about Cliffview Bellevue Apartments. Dope, prostitution, overcrowding, for one thing.
They don't care. They don't care.
Now, I talked to some of the people that live in the complex. I talked to one man who's been living here for 15 years, and he says that it's actually getting better around here. There's less crime, and they've renovated the place, so the people inside don't necessarily agree with the people outside here. So very hot issue. I'm thinking we're having some audio problems, and what did you have to say?
Hi, my name is Cher Waiters. I've been a homeowner in this area for 7 years, and these apartment buildings have been infested with drugs and crimes and constantly patrolled by the policemen for most of this time. Last year, there has been some developments, but we feel that history will only repeat itself if they are sold to another owner. We want them torn down so that we can have single-family homes put in and have a better community.
Okay. Thank you very much. And now again, what they want is they don't want another owner. They just want these things torn down and to put actually single-family homes in there. Rosie?
Okay, Anna. We'll follow that progress a little later. Thanks a lot. 3 Stark County children are in protective custody this morning after their mother was found murdered in her Alliance home on Friday. Investigators are still trying to figure out exactly what happened to the 26-year-old woman, Yvonne Lynn. They say they don't have any clues to go on, but they've impounded a car that was left near the crime scene. The search for a missing airplane moves today into the northern part of Lake Erie. The plane carrying a group of Michigan businessmen left Thursday for Fremont, Ohio, but disappeared. The Coast Guard says rescue efforts yesterday were hampered by heavy fog. Officers say today's search will be led by Canadian rescue crews. An Ohio judge's decision could have a big impact in the case of baby Justin. We first told you about Justin and his adopted parents, Rich and Cheryl Asante. They were ordered by a Kentucky court to give Justin back to his biological parents, and they've been fighting ever since. Well, Friday, an Ohio judge has ruled that the Asantes can continue with the adoption because the Kentucky court's ruling has no basis in Ohio. The judge says that's because the boy had been in his state for more than a year and is an Ohio resident.
And no one to date has addressed the issue of best interest. No court in the land has addressed the issue of best interest. Kentucky has failed to do so.
Meantime, the boy's biological parents say they'll continue to fight. The issue could wind up in a federal appeals court. Well, if you plan on hitting the road this holiday weekend, you'll be paying a lot more for gasoline. So much for the cheap gas of just a month ago. This Easter weekend, gas is running roughly about $1.14 a gallon for regular unleaded. The increase is being blamed on oil-producing nations cutting back on the supply. The motorists don't like it one bit.
They went up bad. They went up real quick, real bad. According to the news, they're going to keep on going up, which doesn't make any sense. I mean, you're used to it when summer starts, but it ain't here yet.
Now, looking for the cheapest gas? Well, on the west side, you'll pay about $1.05 at the Gas City on West 14th Street. And on the east side, the lowest we could find is $1.05 at the Sunoco at East 55th near Cedar. Governor Taft wants a tougher seatbelt law, which may include allowing police to pull you over for not buckling up. The governor says Ohio's current safety belt law is the only moving violation that does not allow an officer to stop a motorist for the offense. The only way you can get a seatbelt ticket now is if you were stopped for something else, like speeding. The American Civil Liberties Union of Ohio opposes the change because they say it would give police just another reason to stop motorists. Easter and spring break mean fun for some, crisis for others. The American Red Cross could use some help in the donation department. The Red Cross has issued a blood warning for the 19-county northern Ohio region. That means blood inventories have dropped to a one-day supply. The reason for the shortage, the biggest group of donors, 17 to 20-year-olds, are all on vacation this time of year. If you would like to help, you can call this number you should see on your screen, 1-800-448-3543. Well, Jacobs Field is sold out for the 4th straight year. More than 3.4 million tickets were sold even before the first pitch was thrown. The Tribe holds the major league record for consecutive sellouts. It all began on June 12, 1995, 292 games ago. Well, a programming note to tell you about this afternoon. News Channel 5 this morning will not be seen tomorrow because of Easter. And we also would like to tell you of yet another change. Now, beginning next Sunday, April 11th, News Channel 5 will be seen at noon instead of 9 on Sunday morning. Be sure to make a note of it and join us next Sunday, April 11th at noon. Well, still to come on News Channel 5 this Saturday afternoon, the FBI continues its search for missing atheist leader. And authorities think they may have their man. The alleged creator of the destructive computer virus is in custody. Plus, forecaster Susan Davies is here with your 5-day forecast coming up next.
It's here today, not gonna stay, go right way to the IX Indoor Amusement Park.
say a mail bomb found in a Washington, D.C. post office box may have been headed for the White House. They say Frank Darwin Alexander may have intended the explosive mail for President Clinton. No one was injured. Alexander was arrested in Las Vegas yesterday. Prosecutors say he is an admirer of the Unabomber and Oklahoma City bomber Timothy McVeigh. The search continues today for the body of a famous advocate of atheist rights. The FBI is searching a ranch west of San Antonio for the remains of Madalyn Murray O'Hair and two of her relatives. Her 1963 lawsuit led to a Supreme Court ban on organized school prayer. Miss O'Hair disappeared back in 1995 with her son, granddaughter, and $500,000 in gold coins. Her former office manager has been implicated in the killings. An electronic trail through cyberspace has led authorities to the alleged creator of the Melissa virus. David Smith was arrested yesterday and charged with creating the glitch that tied up email systems all across the nation. Investigators say America Online gave them information that led back to the 30-year-old New Jersey hacker. He works as an on-site consultant for AT&T Labs. Forecasters say near-record floods may move through the Red River Valley of the Dakotas. Water levels are on the rise today in areas around Grand Forks, North Dakota. That was the site of devastating floods 2 years ago. Rain and snow this past week raised water levels and concerns that a new round of floods may hit the Dakotas. Residents are making preparations in hope of keeping damages to a minimum. And no water following in our area today, at least.
Not today. Now, tonight and tomorrow, we're going to get some showers and some rain in here. But at this point, I'm even hopeful that there won't be too many thunderstorms in the region, which is a good thing.
But 75 degrees, enjoy it now.
You can't beat that. Not this time of year. Not when our normal high is in the 50s. Let's check outside right now. We have a partly sunny sky out there. We've actually dropped a couple degrees. 73 degrees right now at noon, but I think we'll go back to 75 before the day is over. But real decent out there in a partly to mostly sunny sky. Really pretty day. All right, let's check and see some other temperatures around the region this afternoon. We're 69 in Worcester, 72 in Akron, 70 in Alpine Valley, 71 in Cedar Point, and 74 over in Eaton Township in Lorain County. Some other temperatures stretching this out, everyone enjoying very mild conditions. Now notice, throughout the last few days, we've had 70s in many locations, but 50s or 60s along the lakeshore. Not today. The southerly winds are strong enough to disrupt the lake breezes, and even though the lake is only 39 degrees today, doesn't matter. Those south winds should make it a beautiful afternoon to take a walk along the lake. All right, let's stretch this out and see what's happening around the region. And we do have thunderstorms reported at this hour down in Cincinnati. You can see some of the yellows and the reds as they approach the Ohio border. Now, at least for today, I'm pretty hopeful that the thunderstorms will stay well to our south. What's happening is this air is running into our somewhat drier, more stable air, and all we're going to get out of this is an increase in clouds this afternoon and then some showers overnight tonight. But there is some explosive weather elsewhere. Eastern parts of Oklahoma has picked up 5 inches of rain. St. Louis area has had some heavy thunderstorms and some flooding reported in that area. And we've got reports of as much as 3 feet of snow in the last few days in parts of Colorado. So this is quite a potent weather system. The good news for us is we're not going to be in the worst of it. You can see that what we have is a stationary front, and what, of course, that tells us, nothing moving very fast. So we're going to keep the heat and the humidity and the rain-free conditions at least through the afternoon. But then by tomorrow, we'll be close enough to this front that I do think we'll see some rain across northeast Ohio for much of the day. So not a real pretty day tomorrow, and certainly not as warm as today. All right, checking it out. 75 for a high, lovely afternoon. A little more humid than it normally is for April, but hey, we'll take it. 54 for a low tonight with showers likely, and it'll stay on the mild side. As for tomorrow, well, remember tonight, you have to turn that clock ahead 1 hour. You don't have to do it at 2 a.m., which is the official time, but be sure to do it because otherwise you'll be late for your tomorrow plans. Tomorrow will be wet, 63, a little bit cooler than today. As for the 5-day forecast, check that out. Expect we're going to see temperatures dip down a bit. Still a little bit above normal, but not bad at all. 60 on Monday, 63 Tuesday, 62 on Wednesday, with sunshine expected especially on Monday. But of the 5, today's the warmest and I think the nicest.
I'll take it.
Get outside.
In about, 45 minutes.
All right.
So. Thanks a lot, Susan. Well, still to come on this Saturday edition of News Channel 5 at noon, what would Easter be like without Malish chocolate? Up next, we'll talk to one lady who knows Easter like no one else. But first, we'll tell you how animal shelters plan on helping Easter bunnies survive. Stay tuned. News Channel 5 at noon. We'll be right back.
It's your day, not gonna It's time for Lube Stop. Lube Stop. The oil change experts. Lube Stop.
You'll always remember your first car, but you remember the first bank that let